Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. You see that trophy because this is the FA Cup semifinal. Who are we playing? We're playing Arsenal. Mighty Arsenal, one of the great clubs in the history of English football. The Wimbly Womblys, the tiny little engine that could, known as the Wimbly Womblys, have come to Wembley Stadium. Oh, this is exciting stuff. It's terrifying. Look, are we expected to win this game? No. And if we lose, I mean, I want to be realistic. Like, obviously, we've had an amazing FA Cup run. We beat Liverpool. We beat Newcastle. It's been wonderful. If it ends today, I think we can all agree that, you know, this has been a magical run. But it's the end of the season. Our players are exhausted. We have a very tiny squad. We've got tiny little Ya Bamba, 53 skill level, and he's out there. He's playing Arsenal. You know, I mean, this is a guy who 2 seasons ago was playing in the 6th tier of English football. And now he's playing Arsenal, for God's sake. So, no, are we expected to win? Of course not. But it's raining in England. We're at Wembley Stadium. Wimbledon, which 9 years ago, just 9 short years ago, was playing in the 8th tier of professional football, is today at Wembley Stadium in the FA Cup semifinal against Arsenal, one of the great teams in the history of England. And it's just this is a great day. Before the game, you know, Ya Bamba's had a long and interesting career. He's still a young guy, but he started out in Crystal Palace's youth team in like their youth system. The way it works in England is that you know, kind of wherever you live, you end up with a team, you know, his local club team was Crystal Palace, and they're traditionally sort of like a championship. Oh, it could be, and it isn't. Championship level team, but it's been a bright start for the Wimbly Womblys, don't you guys think? I mean, for the FA Cup semifinal against Arsenal, you got to say, oh no, anything but that, anything. Oh, Seb Brown, Seb Brown, Seb Brown. Meredith, I don't know if you know this, but in 2011, Seb Brown was in the playoff finals of the Blue Square Premiership, the 5th tier of English soccer, a semi-pro league essentially. And they had one game against Luton Town. They had to win. If they won, they went to League 2. And they became a full-time league club. If they lost, they were back in the Blue Square Premiership. That game came down to a penalty shootout. And Seb Brown saved 2 penalties against Luton Town to send AFC Wimbledon into the Football League. And that's the only reason we're even able to play this game today, is because of those 2 heroic penalty saves. And you saw it right there. Seb Brown one-on-one with an Arsenal striker, and he said, "No, sir, not today." Because you don't play this game. This game is not about the overall skill level. It's about heart. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's good job, Lizzie Bennett. And or that might have been girls just want to have fun. Rude. Oh, that's a nice ball. That's a nice ball. That's a nice ball. Oh, he can't get on the end of it. He's just not as fast as he used to be, other John Green. Anyway, so Ya Bamba started out in Crystal Palace's youth team, and they when he was 16, he found out he was basically let go from the team. It wasn't just that he wasn't considered good enough to make it to the senior squad of Crystal Palace, which is, you know, traditionally bottom tier, you know, in the 2nd tier of English football most of the time, although right now they're in the Premier League. He wasn't just not good enough to go to the senior team. He wasn't considered good enough to be on the youth team anymore, and so they released him. And he was talking about it in the locker room before the game. It's just as you know, the most devastating, difficult moment of his life. I mean, here's a 16-year-old kid whose entire life has been defined by football, and specifically by the love for this one particular football club, Crystal Palace. And they sing, you know, I don't know, many of you probably won't know this, but the Crystal Palace fans are just famous for their support. And Ya Bamba grew up a Palace supporter, like I said, and they sing this song. I'm going to do a bad... Oh, I hit the wrong button. What is this, 2011? Oh, God, you can't hit the wrong button against Arsenal. They sing a song that goes 1-0. Oh, no, that's not the song. It goes, oh, God. Oh, now I'm nervous. We love you, we love you, we love you, and wherever you go, we'll follow, we'll follow, we'll follow, because we are the palace, the palace, the palace, and that's the way we like it, we like it, we like it. Oh, and you see, when you see 10,000 people chanting this together, it's just amazing. Please, please, please. Oh, God. Meredith, did you know, I don't know, did you know about Seb Brown and his penalty saves against Luton Town? Because you saw there the kind of talent and courage that he brings to the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys. But it's true that if it weren't for Seb, we wouldn't even be playing this game. This wouldn't exist right now. What we're experiencing, the feeling that we have being at Wembley, that feeling, oh, God! Seb had it covered. That feeling would be impossible. You know what I like? Look at the way Seb stands when he's getting ready for his goal kicks. You know, there's something. He's just he's sassy. You know, yeah. It's just casual cool. It's just like, yeah, it's just another game. It's not like I'm playing Arsenal at Wembley. Anyway, Ya Bamba was saying before the game that when he played for the youth side, they would have, you know, instead of having 40,000 supporters or whatever, they'd have a few hundred supporters come to the games. But hearing that song, still even sung by a few hundred people, it just like sent a shiver right through his spine. And he, you know, and after that, to be told by your hometown club you aren't good enough to play for us. It was almost the end of his career. He said he almost gave up. And for a while he did, and then he just kept playing football because he loved playing football, and it wasn't because he thought he could do it for a job. It had become clear to him if he wasn't good enough to be on the youth team of the 27th best team in England, then he wasn't going to be good enough to be a professional player. But he loved the game, and it wasn't about money, and it wasn't about trophies. It was about the pleasure of playing this game that he liked, and that he wanted us to remember that. Tonight, you know, obviously we're feeling a lot of pressure. Who wouldn't be? But he wanted us to remember that very special feeling that you have when you're playing a game that you love and you feel privileged to be able to play it. Anyway, so Ya Bamba went on to eventually play for a non-league side. What it was essentially, it's often called pub teams in England, a Sunday afternoon league, bunch of guys, you know, some of whom used to be professional footballers, some of whom are just kind of, you know, avid fans of the game, played on their school teams or whatever, and still wanted to play. Some young guys who maybe had some professional hopes, and he was playing in the 6th tier for a long time. He moved around a little bit. He was working. He actually worked at the Tesco. Did I say that right? I don't know. I don't know the British things, but I think it was called a Tesco. It's like a sort of like a convenience store come grocery store. Oh God! The dream was briefly alive. Seb Brown's made some great saves in this game, and just then we had, I think, our best chance so far. But we've relied on Seb, and he's been very, very good in this game. But you've got to say that at some point, you know, Arsenal's exceptional talent may show through. It's getting nervous. Oh God, that was a nervous moment. Seb, pick up the ball. I guess it was a back pass. So he played around in the 6th tier for a few years, and then AFC Wimbledon, which at the time was in the 5th tier. The tier right below the... Get it! Oh! He had time, Meredith. He could have just chested the ball down to his feet and settled and put it away. But Ball John Green got nervous because he was staring a goal that would have put his side potentially through to the finals of the FA Cup, to the penultimate moment of glory that is available to a football club in England. I mean, oh my good Lord. That was almost something else. Oh! Chip the keeper! Oh, God! Oh, they're so much faster and better than we are. He just couldn't break free from that in that breakaway. It was a great pass. I don't want to brag, but it was a fantastic use of the Y button. I have been unjustly... Hi, Sarah. I've been unjustly treated by the referee. I've been hard done. Anyway, so Ya Bamba, eventually he was living in London and he was playing on various, I'm talking about Ya Bamba's, how Ya Bamba came to play for the Wimbly Womblys. Playing for various clubs in the fifth tier of English football, and then various tiers in the sixth tier, and then he got a tryout with AFC Wimbledon, who were in the fifth tier, and he was already living in London, working at the Tesco, and this was a way to maybe, you know, make enough money that you didn't have to work at the Tesco, he came in over the summer on a free transfer. He wasn't on a contract or anything, and he was just good enough, you know. I mean, he wasn't. It's interesting. Ya Bamba's a fantastic finisher. He's not a wonderful player on the ball. Like, he's not a great dribbler. He's not, you know, there's so many things that he doesn't do well. But what he does do well is he's hungry. He wants it, you know. He wants it in a way that they couldn't measure when he was at Crystal Palace. That they didn't know how to understand. Like, well, you know, this guy, he's not fast. You know, he doesn't always pass well. He doesn't always make the best decisions. He doesn't have the best, you know, understanding of space in the game or whatever. He's not Lionel Messi. But what he does have is an intense desire to see his team win. And that turns out to be, the most valuable thing of all in some ways. So, by the way, Ya Bamba is hurt. He's been injured, I guess. I hadn't noticed. But he was doing this thing. He was like waving at me, and I was like, "Are you okay?" And clearly he is not. So we're actually gonna bring in Kay St. Luce in that position, the patron saint of lost crosses, and then we've got Les Moore has literally nothing left. So we're gonna bring in P. Sweeney. It's just the club, the whole team. It's just exhausting. I mean, this is just. I'm actually going to put Arthur out on the left and Kay St. Luce, the patron saint of lost crosses, in the middle, which is playing him well out of position, but we're so tired. I know Ya Bamba wanted to make it through this whole game, but you can tell that he's got nothing left. He's gassed. Oh. He's taken off his feet. It was going to be his last kick of the game, Meredith. It was going to be his last touch of the game. It was going to be the last thing he did to participate as a member of a Wimbly Womblys in this game, and oh no, couldn't get it off of his feet. Full-time 0-0 Arsenal. Oh, we're going to extra time. Unless, are there replays? I actually don't know the rules. Hold on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It looks like we're going ahead. We're moving on. We're going to do extra time. Girls just want to have fundings rude. Handsome lad, isn't he? Yeah. Anyway, he got a tryout with AFC Wimbledon. He made it onto the club in 2010. And actually, better looking from the back. Girls just want to have fundings rude. When you get when he turns around, he's thick in the neck, thicker than you would expect. Yeah, he gets a tryout with AFC Wimbledon, and just a year later he's playing in the Football League, and just 2 years after that, thanks to some pretty heroic saves by Seb Brown, it must be said, here we are in extra time of the FA Cup semifinals at Wembley in front of 90,000 people. Ya Bamba, slightly injured, picked up the proverbial knock. He's on the sidelines right now, but I feel like I can hear in the stadium right now that song rising up among the Wimbly Wombly supporters. Whoa, 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 we love you, we love you, we love you, and where you go we'll follow, we'll follow, we'll follow, because we are the Wimbleys, the Wimbleys, the Wimbleys, and that's the way we like it, we like it, we like it. Ooh, I can feel it. I can feel that we have a chance to win this game. You were offside. You were naughty, and now you're being punished. That's why you don't break the rules, red team. All right. This is a winnable game. It's just what we need is one of those, you know, this is such a football cliche, but it's also true. We need a moment of singular brilliance by one player. Oh! Oh! How did you kick the ball? He kicked. Oh! It's somehow it happened. It's Frankenstein. I don't even know what happened. Frankenstein with an amazing goal. Oh! Oh! I think he's injured. It's Frankenstein. The net was empty. No one knows what happened. Frankenstein goal, 105th minute. What? And other John Green just had the good sense to get the hell out of the way. And of all the people who could have scored, it's Frankenstein. I don't have a song. What do we sing when Frankenstein scores? The Monster Mash? I don't know. I don't have a song. I don't even know how to sing Monster Mash. I don't remember the words. I'm overwhelmed with feelings. Frankenstein. What are you guys looking sad about? This is a joyful occasion. All right, we just need to focus and not give up a goal here in the last 15 minutes. Oh, my God. Frankenstein. From right midfield. Who would have guessed it? Frankenstein. Just diving in, cares so much about his club, you know, wants it so bad. I don't even know Frankenstein very well, to be honest with you, but it was a beautiful finish. I mean, it's funny because I said what we need is one moment of brilliance. And what I got wasn't a moment of brilliance from a player. What I got was a moment of the team coming together to play well. By the way, no hurry on this throw. I got a moment of the team working. Great job killing time, guys. I got a moment of the team working together to make magic happen. That's so much better than a moment of brilliance. Oh! What happened? I wasn't offside. I was onside. No. Disagree. I don't think he drew the red line in the right place. By the way, he hit the post on the finish, so it didn't matter. But all right. We got 9 minutes to kill. 9 minutes to kill. Oh, boy, this is nervous. No, Arsenal's on the ball, and they're tricky. They're not bad. You got to say that. Oh, nice interception by P. Sweeney, but then he gets intercepted. All right. That's okay. That's all right. Yeah, just make him dribble. Make him dribble. Oh, great job, P. Sweeney. Wouldn't have necessarily hit the A button a second time if I could do it again. Come on. And it's just desperate defending at this point. Lots of unnecessary slide tackles. We're just doing whatever we can to try to stay on the ball. Yep. Just defend. Yes. P. Sweeney having himself a football game right now. I was offside. I was naughty. I apologize. I shouldn't have passed it. I was just so excited about the prospect of scoring another goal. There's only 1 minute left. Oh, my God. Are we going to go to the FA Cup final? Are we going to beat Arsenal and go to... No! Oh, God! Seb Brown! Seb Brown! Seb Brown! I mean, it almost all fell apart in the last second. I was already sort of celebrating, and then we needed one last... Oh, my God, Seb Brown. Seb Brown. Oh. Merritt, do you know that in 2011 he actually saved 2 penalties against Luton Town, a penalty shootout, sent us in the Football League. And, I mean, we owe him everything in this game. Our hero. He's soaking wet. He's wearing an inexplicable turtleneck, and I love him. Seb Brown, ladies and gentlemen. Arsenal Football Club smell their pits in shame because the AFC Wimbledon, Wimbly Womblys, are going to the FA Cup final. AFC Wimbledon. Thank you for watching. Best wishes.